Hi everyone, I'm Lipakshi Kochar and you're watching me on my YouTube channel. I create content on beauty, fashion and lifestyle. In today's video, I'm creating this beautiful base makeup look. So continue watching. So in today's video, we are doing base makeup. We will be doing color correcting, foundation, concealer, everything. And not to forget skin prep. Skin prep is the most important when we talk about base makeup. No matter how good products you use, if your skin prep is on point, you will ace your base makeup. So now let's start with the skin prep. A very common term in the makeup when we talk about skin prep is CTM, which is called cleansing, toning and moisturizing. Now what is cleansing? Like the word suggests, it's just washing your face. So before sitting here, I've already washed my face. So everything, all the excess oil, dirt, everything from my face is gone. So now let's just move on to the next step, which is toner. Now like the word suggests, toner is something that tones our skin. The moment we wash our face, जो हमारे face में जितना भी open pores होते हैं, the moment we wash our face, our pores tends to open up. So toner helps in closing the pores. So that is what I'm going to do now. Now it's not necessary you need a toner. You can go ahead with the rose water or a face mist also. That will also do the job. So I'm using my face mist, which will have cucumber in it. So just going to spray it across my face very lightly. Make sure you have closed your eyes for this. That's about it. Now, when we talk about any skincare or any step for your makeup will only not look cakey if you wait for each step to settle into the skin. Now, what I mean by this is कि हमारे skin में अगर हम directly products डालते जाएंगे, so we're just layering up the products, right? So you need to wait for each step to do its job. So like if I've applied a toner, I will wait for a couple of minutes ताकि मेरे skin में चला जाए and then I'll move to the next step. So now once this is settled into my skin, you can see there is some point of hydration into my skin. So we'll move on to the next step, which is moisturizer. Now in terms of moisturizer, you have to choose your moisturizer according to your skin type and the weather. So for example, right now it's summer, so it's very hot. So I'm going to go with something super lightweight. For reference, I'm a dry skin person. But on my YouTube, I will try to use products which will suit all skin types so that all of you can benefit from that. So now I'm taking a moisturizer. Now a common mistake people do with moisturizer is that they think कि बहुत thick है तो हम कम लेंगे. That's the mistake. Go with a good quantity of moisturizer. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Don't worry, it's my product, so I can dig in my finger. So I'm just taking a little bit. See on my hand, I like to rub it on my fingers, put it across my face like this, and then just give it a good massage into my skin. Good for 2-3 minutes. I'm going to massage it into my skin so that this goes deep into my skin. So you can also roll it under your eyes so that even your eyes are hydrated, and also on the neck if the neck is visible. Now again, wait for a minute for this to sink in into the skin and then move forward. Once this is done, you can see my skin is looking very much glowy and hydrated, right? So this is the magic of skincare. Do not miss it. Now, like I said, it's summers and I'm shooting during the day, so SPF is a must. SPF is a sunscreen. You need a sun protectant. So I'm going to go with my sunscreen. So today I'm using this sunscreen. This is really good for people who have normal to dry skin. Like I mentioned, I have dry skin. So when we talk about sunscreen, do not again hesitate with the quantity. If you really want your sunscreen to work, you need a good quantity. So just taking a little bit and putting it across the face. So just putting it also on the forehead. See, it's a good amount. So keep on putting it and then just blend it out. So now I will start to blend it. Don't worry if it looks white right now, because once it's all into the skin, the white cast will go. So this was about my skin prep. We are done with the skin prep and I really want you guys to see how my skin looks. It's so hydrated and so juicy. Now obviously my makeup will glide on. Let's move on to makeup prep. What is makeup prep? Basically, your primer is a makeup prep. Primer have a lot of benefits. It makes your makeup long lasting, it blurs out the skin. So please do not miss the primer. So today I'm going to be using the Silk Blur Primer. All the products that I'll be using will be linked down in the description box below, so you can go and check it out. So I'm going for a cream based one because I'm a dry skin. So I'm just taking it up, using it just like a moisturizer basically. Applying a little bit on my nose to balance out the pores that I have, and then just on the rest of the face. This is what I call a skin prep and a makeup prep. Let's move on to actual makeup now. Now, first step in terms of makeup is color correcting. What is color correcting? So the entire face is not of the same color. So you need to correct the areas. For example, can you see that I have dark circles, pigmentation? So I have to make sure that ये even color का हो so that I can move forward. So what I do is I take a concealer which is 2 shades darker than my skin tone to cancel out the darkness. Yes. अगर आपकी डार्कनेस है तो कोई भी 2 शेड डार्कर कंसीलर लोगे तो आपकी जो पिगमेंटेशन है कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगी. So I'm using the Too Faced concealer in the shade Warm Sand and I'm just placing it on this area. So watch me when I do it. So I'm going to just place a little bit, very little. You don't need to go far away. So very little under my eyes here and likewise a little bit here. And can you see that I have pigmentation around my mouth also? So slight bit here also. Once this is done, I will blend it out. Now you can use a beauty blender or a brush, but I'm going for a concealer brush. This is what it looks like. I'm going for this to blend out this. So I'm going to just take my concealer brush and start to dab it in. Very lightly I'm dabbing the product in. So just blending it out into my skin. So can you see? The darkness diffuses with this part. So just very lightly blending everything out. So now once this part is done, I can move forward to my foundation. I like to go with my foundation first, then concealer. Don't get confused. इससे पहले हमने color corrector use किया था. So I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 220. This is my go-to, my favorite foundation of all times. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just apply it all over my face. So how I'll apply it? With the help of a buffing brush or a flat brush. So this is a flat brush which is used for application of foundation, and this is a buffing brush which is the same. So now I'm going to take some foundation on the back of my hand. So always if you get confused on how to match your foundation shade, put on your chin, drag it till your neck. The one that disappears is the shade for you. So just taking a little bit on my hand, not too much, you can build it up. So एक बारी में बहुत ज़्यादा don't take. So just taking half a pump of it on the brush, and very lightly I'm just starting to dab it into my skin, like I'm pushing it into my skin like that. I'll do one side first and show you the difference. This is what it looks like when you do it on one side, and this is where I've not applied the foundation. You can already see a difference, and I have not applied foundation under my eyes or wherever I color corrected because I don't want to build up too much of product. मैं वहाँ पे concealer already use करूँगी, so I've left that part. So I'm blending the foundation on both the sides with Beauty Blender so that the excess product goes away. And yes, this is what the foundation part looks like. We can move on to the next part, which is concealer. Now what is concealer we will do? Now what shade of concealer we need to use, we will go on to. Now since the dark circles are covered, the foundation is done, but the face looks a little flat, right? So we will go for 1 to 2 shades lighter concealer so that there is some highlighting on the face, right? So जहाँ पे भी हमने color correcting की थी, वहाँ पे we will go to the lighter concealer. So I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 314 beige and applying it on the areas where I color corrected. Okay, so very lightly. You don't need too much of product on the face. So just a little bit here, a little bit here, over here also, and a slight bit here. And to balance the color, I'll go very little on the forehead. That's about it. Now with the help of the same brush, I will just dab and blend it into the skin. Now the foundation and concealer is done and well blended into my skin. Now I need to set it to make it matte and also not crease. I don't want my concealer to crease, right? So we will set it. Now for that, I'm using a banana powder from Makeup Revolution. What I do is I just run a beauty blender. Under my eyes to make sure that there are no existing creasing. I take this brush, I take some powder on it, remove the extra and just apply it under my eyes like this. So this will make it matte and crease proof. So I'll do the same thing on the other side and get back to you. This is done. Hold your brush from here very lightly, just dust off the excess product. So I'm just dusting off the excess product so that there is nothing extra on my face. So now we're done with color correcting base and everything. Let's move on to contour, blush and highlight. What is contour? Contour is something that adds structure to the face. So that's what we're going to go. Always the contour shade should be 2 shades darker than your foundation shade. So I have this palette over here which have all in one. So I'm going to pick up this brown color for contour. So this is a brush which I will use for my contour. Now where to apply your contour? Just take product. Don't take too much. Dust off the excess. Feel your cheekbone over here and very lightly you can also make a fish face. Apply your contour there. This will lift your face. Likewise, a little on the jawline, but over here we blend it downwards because the idea is to cut the double chin and enhance your jawline. So I'll do the same thing on the other side and come right back to you guys. So once this is done, we have to add some color to the face, right? For that we will use a blush. I'm sure by now everybody knows what a blush is, right? So I'm gonna mix these 2 blushes and I'm using the City Cosmetics palette. So I'm gonna mix these 2 right here very lightly and put it just, dust off the excess and put it just above your contour. So just very lightly here and blend it out. You can go a little extra with it also. Now once blush is done, this is what my face looks like. I'll go ahead and set my face. I'm using the PAC setting spray and then move ahead with highlighter. This will melt down all my cream and powder product and will give a very flawless finish. So just gonna shake the bottle, close your eyes and from a distance spray it across your face. Now the last step is highlighter. We apply highlighter on the high points of our face and just above our blush. So there is a bone over here, feel it, and on that we apply highlighter. So I'm picking up a fluffy brush, picking up my highlighter from the same palette, dusting off the excess and let's just apply it just above my blush. I'm also going to apply on my chin, a little bit on the tip of the nose and just on the center of the eyebrow on both the sides. So this is what the final look looks like. The base is flawless. I've used the least amount of product you can see. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, you can subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. For more such videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and feel free to drop in a comment on what you want me to see creating more YouTube videos on my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the chat box where I post a lot of short form videos.